All right, I am live and back for day 9, 40-day juice fast with fitness day 9. And it's the 10th year. It's like a 10th year anniversary of when I started this journey back in 2012. Back in 2012. And it was just a mind blower. My mind was totally focused. I needed to go and do this long extensive fast after doing, many 3-day juice fasts, which we were doing. A bunch of some members on Facebook were doing with me 3-day juice fast with fitness. So what we were doing back then was I would start the event and then just invite different people to jump in, prior to the event, and then, go through the fast with me for 1, 2, or the 3 days. And so that's what I began to encourage and inspire people with this natural anti-aging technique that literally to this day is doing wonders in my life from when I started way back then, And so if you're watching this today and you want to know how to become a health billionaire, any type of fasting, intermittent fasting, juice fasting, water fast, dry fast, is a good way to step into this this lifestyle where you're allowing your body to do the highest form of cleansing and the highest form of nourishing, where you literally become I want to say like a vendor, not a vendor, but you want to become a person that is connecting with the doctor within in such a way as you're now understanding, okay, this is what my body needs. And then you start working with your self-healing body to provide it the nutrients, right? Instead of walking in the store just buying anything, you're walking in there with a specific idea that, okay, what I'm about to drink, what I'm about to eat is going to affect my body in such a way that is either going to take life from me or give life to me, right? And so you want to shop consciously. And so that's what I started doing a long time ago. I started shopping consciously. So I don't just drink and eat anything. I mean, I may have I have my little vegan food devils, but I try to keep them at a minimum because I don't want to offset my body's ability to continue to self-heal without me stepping into the arena of, using an herb or using a drug in order to, help me feel better, And I'll wait a long time before I'll go to drug route. If I did a drug, if I do a drug, it's going to only be a pain pill or something, and that happens, very little in my experience. Even with topical solutions for addressing a situation, I'm gonna try to find the most natural possible. So I just set myself up like that mentally, and only when I don't have another recourse will I go and get like a medication in terms of something for a specific to pain, but other than that, I'm doing it natural all the way. And there's so many different products out there that if you look around and you start to shop, you'll see that, wow, I could have done this naturally. I could have done that naturally, So today I'm going to talk a little bit about what I learned from Paul C. Bragg, because he's the one in his book, The Miracle of Fasting, that really put me on game about how to heal the body naturally. I mean, reading that book had such an impact on my life that I just kept growing and growing in the lifestyle of fasting. I went from water fast to juice fast, and the water fast went from 1 day to I was doing like 3-day water fast. I wasn't even into juicing back then. I was really just following his format of the water fast. And the only reason I started doing juice fast is because there's so much toxins in the environment that, you know, you really want, and everything is so depleted today. I began to see that juice fasting was the better option, you know, long term, because even though I'm not eating physical food, I will still be nourished at the cellular level. And so, and it's still fasting because as long as fiber is not present in the digestive tract, the digestive system is going to go into hibernation mode. And when you consume raw juice, what it's going to do is it's going to, of course, bypass digestion and go directly to the cells in minutes, which is what juice does anyway. In fact, it is taught in circles of wellness when it comes to juicing that when you take your first juice, raw juice, swallow, before you swallow, you're supposed to chew it first, okay, to stir up and to get the enzymes activated so you can have a better absorption capacity when you take in your juice. And so what we know today, sadly, is that unhealthy lifestyles are killing millions worldwide. Killing millions. I mean, literally, guys, most of us are walking around completely ignorant of how to take care of this. Completely ignorant. And it doesn't take a lot of knowledge to understand how it works. You don't have to go to school and become a scientist or a physician. You just have to know the basics. And really, when it comes down to the basics, it's just apples and oranges. As Dr. Sebi said, you know, you want to go more alkaline, okay? Go more alkaline. And then, you know, understand, you know, certain food combining strategies so that when you eat, you know, the natural food, you're getting a better assimilation. And then from there, just make raw food the greater portion of what you consume throughout the day, as opposed to the cooked, the baked, the fried, the microwave, you know, because those are the foods that are lifeless, okay? And when you have lifeless food, your body will begin to struggle to keep itself alive. And if it has to rob another area of the body to buffer one area that's suffering, you're going to break down in some form of cellular malfunction, which we call sickness. Sickness is nothing more than a cellular malfunction because something is absent in the body, or you're giving something to the body that it should not even be inside of you, okay? And that's something you really got to, you know, understand if you're going forward, if you're really concerned about, you know, being healthy long term, living without sickness. And if you do get sick, it's something rare and it happens on such a small scale that people won't even realize that you're dealing with something. Okay, you wanna have vertical sickness. You don't want to have a horizontal sickness where you're on your back and somebody has to take care of you. Okay, let's talk about longevity. There's a scripture in in Genesis chapter 6, verse 13. It's really a curse, and it says, "Man's day shall be 120 years." Sadly, we're not even capitalizing on this 120. Okay, that's a long time for us in this day and age. But the only reason we are not capitalizing and not even reaching that 120 years is, again, because of an unhealthy lifestyle and unhealthy lifestyle practice that we have been taught. It says longevity may be defined as the maximum duration of life that a healthy person can attain under the most healthy, favorable conditions by living a healthy lifestyle. So what you have to do and what I have to do going forward is we have to position ourselves to attain the most amount of health, favorable conditions by living a healthy lifestyle. Okay, and health means absence of what? Sickness. Okay, because what is the root word of health? It's heal. Okay, heal thy. Think about it. Heal thy what? Thyself. Okay, heal thy. That's when you break up the compound. I don't know if you ever looked at that, but it's heal thy. And there's a scripture that says, physician, heal thyself. Okay, so we're talking about the physician within. Okay, so unhealthy lifestyles, what I learned from Paul Bragg is that most people because of their unwise habits in diet, drink, and excess, die prematurely, long before fulfilling their potential. And I talk about this a lot. Wild animals, undisturbed, live out their life term. Look at animals are doing it better than we are. Wild animals, undisturbed, live out their life term. Man is the only exception. We the only exception because we living outside our biological window. That's why I adopted juice fasting and fasting, because I understood from the Bible, because that's what I grew up under, that teaching, that this is beneficial. And then when you research what was going on in different countries around the world that were, into health and wellness, it wasn't just people that were of faith in God, and the God of heaven. It's all people around the world were doing these different things. In the Greek cultures, they were doing this, okay? In the African culture, they were doing these things. Okay, this is not something that is new to our world. This is something that is old. That's why I use the term alchemy, okay, an ancient form of natural practices, and that's what fasting is. Let's go on a little bit here. There's a quote here. It says, if you would imitate nature, you should take her simplicity for your model. Simplicity, it's all it's about. A lot of times we're sitting down eating, we got so much stuff on the plate, y'all, that the body is just completely overwhelmed from the get-go, okay? Now, there it is. Now, this is going to be something hard for you to take. Okay, something I learned from Paul C. Bragg, and something that I've also talked about too. And that is, sickness is a crime against your body. Don't be a health criminal. I'm going to say it again. Sickness is a crime against your body. Don't be a health criminal. It's up to you to keep your body healthy, not your doctor, because they're doing a horrible job at keeping you healthy. Every commercial you watch as a drug commercial, what do you hear at the end? What horrible side effect you're going to experience if you take this drug. They're telling you straight up. But then they're going to go on with the scenery and the music and the nature, trying to coax you in into taking something that really doesn't have any long-term studies to show that it's really effective. And now when you take some of these drugs, years later, they're coming back with a commercial talking about, well, if you took so-and-so drug, you might be eligible for financial compensation. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't happen under natural law. Under natural law, these things don't take place. Okay, going on. What else did I learn from Paul C. Bragg? Animals in their wild habitat know by instinct how to live and what to eat and drink. They know how to fast instinctively when they get hurt or sick, because we've seen animals do this, your own animals, I'm sure. Naturally, animals are led to eat what is good for them. Notice, naturally animals are led to eat what is good for them, but man eats and drinks anything and everything, consuming the most indigestible concoctions, washing it down with poisonous slops, and then wonders, you sitting there wondering why you sick, and you can't live to be a centurion, okay? Centenarian, which is living by a century, with 100 years. Okay, in theory, humans desire to live long. Everybody want to live long. Nobody don't want to walk around sick. Do you want to walk around sick? I don't want to walk around sick. There is nobody that I know wants to walk around sick. That's why I work in the arena of wellness and fitness, okay? Because people that come to the gym, they want to live a long life. They want to be healthy. And so I'm in the best place to affect and not just affect, but teach and diffuse my influence, okay, of people that want to achieve the same goals that I have, okay? And for me, I'm an anti-aging beast. I already know it, okay? I can't even get away from it now, okay? It is what it is because of what? Because I follow the raw versus the cooked. I follow the vegan versus the non-vegan. I follow the organic versus the non-organic, the non-GMO versus the GMO. Okay, I've taken into my body more raw nutrients than cooked nutrients, and the outcome is quality longevity. That's the outcome. And it's not just for me, it's for everybody, but it's something you have to do. And fasting is one of the highest techniques. The juice fasting is one of the highest techniques that I've learned outside of any and everything that I've researched that works the best. And guess what? It's natural and it's cheap to do. It is cheap to do. Okay? What I'm paying to be healthy long term is nothing in compared to what I would be paying if I didn't take care of my health. See, I'm investing in my health instead of financing sickness because the investment in health is saving me money. It's saving me money. Okay? And it will do the same for you because our bodies basically need the same thing. We both need the same vitamins. We all need the same minerals. We all need the same amino acids. We all need the same proteins. Okay? Oh man, I did it again. Okay, here we go. Okay, it says in theory, humans desire to live long. Many shorten their lives to a minimum. Okay, not even living to your potential, man. Does this make sense? Why this marvelous mechanism of man, perfect in its minutest organism, combining a godlike intelligence with a body which sculptors have imitated but never equaled, right? You see all these people, carving out stone, making a man, but you can't create this right here. This is something amazing. You and I are fearfully and wonderfully made. So why don't we fearfully and wonderfully keep ourselves healthy? Okay, if we fearfully and wonderfully made, why do we not keep ourselves fearfully and wonderfully healthy? I'm talking to y'all that be reading the word, okay? But we're not really taking it in on the physical side. We still thinking, oh, God gonna bless this food while you got heart disease. Oh, God gonna bless this food while you got diabetes. Oh, God gonna bless this food while it's giving you all of those diseases, plus arthritis, plus constipation, brain fog, obesity, okay? And yet you still, you're nutritionally functioning. It's called nutritional insanity, where you keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result, and it ain't happening, okay? It's not going to happen until you make the change, okay? And life is going to be your best teacher, okay? And you don't want the downside of life to master you. That's why I went to the furthest extent that a person could go to get the best out of my health, and that was fasting, because I knew I was sold on this, man, years ago, that this is the way to go. After seeing what I've seen, I'm like, oh no, this is the way to go, and it's paying off, okay? And I'm not saying that I am not going to die, okay? In fact, I want to die, but when I die, I want to die in the way that I was designed to die. Because in that sense, just like I'm ready for health now, in the day that I die, I'll be ready for death then too. You see what I'm saying? Because it's all part of the cycle. I'm not trying to run from that, but we want to live in such a way as where the body has a natural cutoff, and you want to experience that natural cutoff. And when that natural cutoff comes, you're going to be in acceptance. You're going to be in acceptance of it because, again, it's the natural way, okay? Why does this marvelous mechanism, man, perfect in its minutest organism, combining a godlike intelligence with a body which sculptures have imitated but never equal, should be ruthlessly destroyed by its owner, that's you and me, by its owner's unhealthy lifestyle, is one of the most inexplicable disgraces of our culture. It's sad, y'all. I mean, we are the creator of our own problems when it comes to health and wellness. We create health and we create sickness, just like you create obesity and you create, a fit, healthy body. Okay, you got to get out and work out, and you got to diet properly to get massive results. If you sit back and do nothing, you get nothing. This is the same thing they teach, both what I'm learning as a young student in the game is that financial literacy and nutritional literacy have very similar ideologies. Okay, you don't get to the place of being financially free unless you put in the work of connecting and making and making the connections and building your business. It's the same thing with your body and your health. You're not going to get anything unless you put in the work. Okay, going on, it says here, our world famous marble statue of Apollo that Patricia, when he's going on about one of his his testimonies. Let me go on here. I'm really trying to stick to the science here, of what I learned instead of, his, because he has his own testimony, just like I'm talking about my own testimony. But these are the gems that I learned from years ago that set me up for the mindset that I have today. That there's a certain line I will not cross, and there's certain results, because I do not want to be, I don't want to create the crime of sickness, okay, when I know I can do something to change it, all right? Old age is highly toxic. Old age is a highly toxic condition caused by nutritional deficiencies and an unhealthy lifestyle, okay? Men don't die, they kill themselves. That's, sorry about that. Connectivity issues, that thing's just spinning around talking about, do you want to finish, or we're just waiting to reconnect? Whatever. All right. Going on. Okay. Going on. It says old age is a highly toxic condition caused by nutritional deficiencies. Okay. When we're talking about the word growing welderly instead of elderly, the only reason why the baby boomer generation has settled for elderly lifestyle is because of how they've been conditioned. Okay. And Seneca, Roman philosopher, said years ago, men do not die, they kill themselves. And that's actually scriptural, okay? Now, let's talk about physical weakness. Physical weakness, flabbiness, and sickness have always seemed criminal to me. This is Paul C. Bragg talking now. Okay, now you got to remember, this man's old school, probably was born in the 20s or 30s, and so he's seen a lot, okay? And even up to that time, it was bad. So how bad is it now? It's even worse, okay? Physical weakness, flabbiness, and sickness have always seemed criminal to me, he says. A sacrilegious abuse of the miracle instrument, the human body. No, now what are we? What are you? You are a miracle instrument. Just one human cell. One of yours, one of mine, has more intelligence than the whole human race on a collective level. And you can't even calculate that in your mind, okay? That's how brilliantly we were designed. And that's how powerful we are. The physician within, the self-healing body. It's crazy. Let's see here. He says here that he regained his health after being a hopeless tuberculosis victim years ago, and since then he's made a religion of keeping in perfect health through conscientious care of the body. So that's what we want to do. Why don't you make your health, make being healthy a religion? Okay, forget what everybody else is doing, because at the end of the day, hey, it's just you. Okay, it's not them, it's you. All right, adhering to a high idea of stamina, vitality, health, and endurance has paid me great dividends, so priceless that I call myself a health billionaire. Okay, and so I'm in that same position today. I am a health billionaire. All right. And hoping one day to be a financial billionaire, right? I am, I can, and I will. To be a health billionaire and enjoy the glow of ageless health and happiness, you must work to earn it. Just like being a billionaire. You see how the two philosophies are very similar? To be a billionaire and enjoy money that you don't have to earn by working, you have to put in work to earn it, okay? We're talking about what? Residual income, okay? Well, why not have residual health, okay? Residual health. So to be a health billionaire and enjoy the glow of ageless health and happiness, you must work to earn it, okay? just like in the money game. You have to work to earn it. All right. The secret of the glow of ageless health lies in maintaining internal cleanliness and regeneration. Notice, you want to be healthy, you want to be disease free, you have to maintain internal cleanliness and regeneration. So what I'm doing right now in this long extensive fast is I am doing what? Cleaning up my my river of life, my organs, my tissue, my blood vessels, and I'm allowing my body to regenerate on the highest level that I know, okay? This requires eating natural, organically grown live foods combined with other healthy practices such as fasting, drinking distilled water. For me today, that is high pH water because I've learned something better, okay? Exercising and deep breathing, okay? Very important. My thing on exercising is rebounding, HIIT training, resistance training, okay? High intensity interval training. Those are my go-tos when it comes to physical fitness. Okay, going down. We're almost done here. Almost done. Okay, last paragraph here. When you purify the body, or when you purify your body with systematic fasting and live foods. Juice Man said, live foods, live bodies. Okay, he almost made it to 100 years old. And I think the only thing that I didn't see much of in the Juice Man's lifestyle is he didn't exercise a lot, okay? So you have to combine both anti-aging fitness and anti-aging nutrition in order to get the most out of life, okay? You do have to exercise. Don't have to be a long time. 30 minutes is all you really need. Intense, okay? 4 to 5 days a week. That's all you need. And then adopt an alkaline diet by 80% or more. And that alkaline diet should now have more superfoods than anything combined in it to get the most out of life, okay? When you purify your body with systematic fasting and live foods, you crave daily exercise. And by exercising, you sculpt. So that's what you see me doing right now, right? That's why I call it juice fasting with fitness. I am sculpting my body, okay? You sculpt your body to become the person you want to be. Just think from this minute on, you can mold your body to physical perfection, okay? Takes time, but it can be done. With knowledge found in these pages, we read here, you will find out how you can reap the most out of life, physically, mentally, and spiritually, okay? Because when the fast, everything is enhanced. The physical, the mental, the spiritual. I had an epiphany the other day in regards to my business that didn't hit me the way it did until I started fasting. And it was like a breakthrough, okay? So my business is going to be better now. And that I have, taken the time to focus and say, okay, what do I need to do to make my business better, babe? My business better, right? The human race is a miracle, unique study, and an intriguing one. But the natural laws which govern man are simple and understandable if one takes the time to learn about and observe how he functions from day to day. And with that, I'm going to end right here. And thank you for tuning in. Again, if you're watching this live, send a shout out in the comments. If you're watching on the replay, let me know where you're coming from. And let me know if you want to, move more into the raw, move more into the superfoods paradigm so that you can start, getting on the road to feeling better, looking better, being better, and getting out of the window of sickness. Because let me tell you, the door is so wide open. When you looking and you listen to a guy like me, I'm a person that has access to that lifestyle. And many people that are like me. Now, we few and far in between, but we're here. And we're here for you, okay? So I'm living to shine a light to you. And so when I share a product, I don't look at it as selling you something. I'm giving you ability to make a conscious choice about your health. And so that investment in the product is going to do what? It's going to make you better. I already know it's going to make you better. Okay? So, something to think about. All right? Because I'm telling you right now, I'm on some acid. And it ain't no drug. It's some folic acid, y'all. The missing link. It is the missing link in the food chain. And once you get this in your body, your world will never be the same. Never, ever, ever be the same. You're going to be like, wow. Okay? This is what the enemy has robbed of from us in nature. And in its place, you know what he has done in its place? He has presented you the genetically modified organism. Something to think about. There was a switch, y'all. Subtle. And most of us, we ain't even thinking about it. We just taking it and eating it without even thinking about it. Anyway, as always, I love you to health. This is the 48 Juice Fast of Fitness, year 10, day 9. And it's almost 10 minutes till day 10. Let's go. First day of September, so we got 32 days left. 32 days left. Yeah, because the fast ends on the last day of my fast is the 2nd, and then my birthday is on the 3rd. So God willing, I will see you there. Until then, till next time, I love you to help and see you on the inside.